Now, welcome to the second chapter of chemistry, that is electrochemistry. Now, let us define first what electrochemistry is. Electrochemistry is basically the study of production of electricity from the energy released during spontaneous chemical reactions and the use of electrical energy to bring about non-spontaneous chemical transformations. The first part, that is production of electricity from the energy released, takes place in a special type of vessel known as electrochemical cells. Whereas the second, that is use of electrical energy to bring chemical transformations, that take place in electrolytic cell. Now, first of all, we will start with electrochemical cell. The electrochemical cell we have already studied in class 11th also. This is a standard galvanic cell. Here, the redox reaction is taking place in two beakers. The beaker on the left hand side, that consists of zinc rod dipped in a solution of zinc sulfate, and that on the right side consists of a copper rod dipped in a solution of copper sulfate. The two solutions are connected to each other through salt bridge. The reaction taking place in this type of cell, it is written here, zinc plus copper ions changes to copper plus zinc ions. Now, the left hand side beaker where oxidation takes place, this is also called anode. And the right hand side beaker where reduction takes place, this is also called cathode. This is also called reduction half cell. This standard galvanic cells gives us an electrical potential equal to 1.1 volts. When the concentration of solution in both the beakers is 1 molar. So this is our standard galvanic cell or a voltaic cell. Now let us do some modification in this standard cell. In the same cell now, we have applied an external opposite potential. The value of that external potential we are slowly increasing till the opposing voltage reaches the value of 1.1 volts. Now when the external voltage is still less than 1.1 volts, in that case the same reaction is still going on. That is, electrons are flowing from zinc rod to copper rod, and so the current is flowing from copper to zinc. Zinc is dissolving at anode and copper ions from the solution, they are depositing at cathode. Means all the reactions which were taking place earlier, they are still taking place. But when we are increasing this opposite potential and it becomes equal to 1.1 volts, in that case the reaction stops. Now no flow of electron is taking place, no flow of current taking place, and no chemical reaction is taking place. Now we proceed further and we increase the opposite potential further. Here in this figure you can see the external voltage we have increased and now it is greater than 1.1 volts. In this case, now the cell starts functioning as an electrolytic cell as all the reactions get reversed. Electrons start flowing from copper to zinc. Current starts flowing from zinc to copper. Zinc starts depositing at zinc electrode and copper starts dissolving at copper electrode. Now, in the galvanic cell, at each electrode electrolyte interface, there is a tendency of metal ions from the solution to deposit on the metal electrode. At the same time, metal ions from the electrode have a tendency to go into the solution as ions. Means there is a tendency of two opposite reactions. Thus, a potential difference develops between the electrode and the electrolyte. This is called electrode potential. When the concentration of all the species involved in the half cell is unity, then the electrode potential is known as standard electrode potential. In a galvanic cell, the half cell in which oxidation takes place, which is called anode, it has a negative potential with respect to solution, whereas the other half cell, that is cathode, has a positive potential with respect to solution. The potential difference between the two electrodes of a galvanic cell is called cell potential and it is measured in volts. It is also called EMF, electromotive force of the cell, when no current is drawn through the cell. Mathematically, you can calculate EMF of the cell as equal to E right. E means reduction potential of the cell which is on the right hand side minus reduction potential of the cell, half cell, which is on the left hand side. Or we can say EMF of the cell is equal to E of cathode minus E of anode. Let us take an example. For a reaction copper plus 2 Ag ions to copper ions plus 2 Ag. Now you know the cell can be represented like this. Cu changes to Cu plus 2, then two diagonal lines represents a salt bridge. Ag plus changes to Ag. From here we have, you can calculate EMF of the cell as same formula, E right minus left. Now here cathode is a silver electrode, so it will be reduction potential of cathode minus reduction potential of anode, which is a copper electrode here. Using this formula, using this notation, you can calculate EMF of any redox cell. This electrochemical cell can be prepared by the combination of any two electrodes. Now, in the next lecture, we will study how to measure the EMF of a cell. Thank you.